All right, I'm here just on a hillside outside of Brule, Nebraska. This is a place called California Hill, and I'm standing right in the center of what was once the Oregon Trail. So I wanted to talk just for a couple of seconds in this driving rainstorm about the Oregon Trail, about westering Americans and the history of the American West. This, of course, was Native American territory for thousands of years. This was Sioux territory, Cheyenne, Arapaho territory. And starting in the early 19th century, westering Americans began trying to head west across the continent of North America. From about 1811 until the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad and its completion in 1869, more than 500,000 Americans, Europeans, and others moved across this trail headed towards the west. You can actually see the wagon tracks still on this hillside behind me. And interestingly, this is a place that's called California Hill. Just down the way, people would have crossed the Platte River where the Oregon Trail ran. The Platte River, they would have crossed it there, and then they would have come up upon this trail on the way to California for the gold rush. This was one of the first big obstacles that they had to face coming to the west. They had to climb this hill, and we've just done it in an automobile on an unmaintained road with the tires spinning. So I guess we got a sense of what it may have been like for people with wagons and oxen. It's really interesting to me, sort of historically, as a person interested in historical geography, the way that this pathway across the west then laid down the same route for other pathways across the west. Because just down the hill from us, a few moments ago, a train was passing on the main trunk line of the Union Pacific Railroad, the original Transcontinental Railroad. Just in front of that, where we can see traffic coming to the west, is Highway 30, which was one of the very first U.S. highways in the early 20th century. And then just on the other side of the Platte River is Interstate 80, which is one of the big interstates that runs across the United States. So this pathway, which was laid down in the early 19th century as Americans began to conquer the West and to take it from the people who had it, has remained a transportation corridor, a vital link across the continent of North America, even through to today. And that's all I got to say about this, because I got to get out of this rain. California Hill, Brule, Nebraska, the Oregon Trail.